Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Lunar Goddess Tarot. I was on a hiatus last week and I am back. I've taken a few days to sort of decompress and had a lot of major epiphanies and insights, as I'm sure many of you have, with this new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. A very different feeling from the lunar eclipse that we had in Sagittarius 2 weeks ago. This eclipse felt more freeing, it felt liberating, and it felt expansive. I welcomed in the energy. And although I'm pretty fatigued and tired today, I had a ton of energy leading up to the eclipse and even into yesterday. It was just today that I sort of felt like, okay, I'm seeing the consequences of running around like a crazy woman, running these errands and realizing it's time to rest today. So I hope you guys are honoring yourselves in this moment. I'm sure you've noticed my readings are starting to shift and change. It's because I'm shifting and changing. I posted this very important post over on Patreon 2 days ago, talking all about the divine feminine and the shifts and changes she's going through and why this is important, what this means, and where this is all heading. And one of the things that I've really been guided to do is to step back from labels. So you likely won't hear me using the words or the phrase twin flame a lot, but I may refer to your person or counterpart. I'm going to be also doing some more astrology videos, and I'll be doing just potentially more general love videos, soulmate videos, because those are coming up very strongly as well. And so I want to expand a little bit. I also have some exciting projects that I'm working on here, collaborating on for upcoming projects this summer and fall. So excited to share those with you when the time is ripe. And if you're looking for a private reading, good news, I do have openings this month. So if you'd like to book a private reading with me, please reach out to me. The email's listed below. My Patreon link is listed below. And thank you guys for all your support. Let's go ahead and get started. And I'm actually going to start today with the Moonology deck because we're on the heels, or the tail rather, I guess heels or tail, of the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. And Gemini, as you guys are aware of, is the sign of the twins. I actually did a written video on this 2 days ago on Wednesday, so you can take a look at that if you haven't already. Talked a lot about the energies. So you're going to be seeing a lot more energy updates from me, overall energies in the collective. I'll be talking more about the shifts we're going through as a collective. So I'm stepping away from just talking about twin flames and the twin flame journey, because my own journey is becoming ever more expansive and I'm being called into different directions at this time. So I'm still supporting you. I still identify as a divine feminine. I've just sort of dropped the label and am welcoming in the highest love available to me at this time in this lifetime. I think it's important that we understand that this life is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be enjoyable. You're meant to be loved. You're meant to experience love. You're meant to feel love, and you're meant to give love. And I think that when we put too much pressure on one person or one situation or one label, it can really take us out of the present moment. And my overall goal, those of you who have worked with me know, my overall goal is to get you to a place where you are in your personal power, where you know and you're clear on what your personal purpose is in this world, and that you feel comfortable, overall comfortable with yourself, happy with yourself. You have joy, you have abundance, and you have a sense of purpose. You have a mission and you're living that mission. I also want to make something clear. Union isn't something that is to be attained. It is something that it just is. So union exists inside of us. We don't have to go chasing after it, just like we don't have to go chasing after our counterpart. When the counterpart runs, the counterpart is you. So in essence, it's you running from you. It's you looking at you. And I think if we can be more compassionate towards ourselves in this process, and every time we feel anger, sorry about that noise, guys. Neighbors are very noisy. I apologize. If every time we have some sort of disagreement with another person, not even someone you identify as not your counterpart, a friend or a soulmate or whatever, a parent, if you can look at that situation and if you can see it for this person is mirroring back to you something about yourself, something to be gained, something to be learned, something to be expanded upon, something to be forgiven, something to be understood. I think I said that already. Something to be clarified. Then you can have more movement within all of your connections, more clarity, without the need to sort of rely on something outside of yourself. So when your counterpart is running from you, it's you running from you. Why have we run from ourselves? Why have we created this idea of separation? And that's really what a lot of readers focus on, and even I myself have done in the past, is this aspect of separation. But in truth, in spiritual truth, there is no separation. This is a physical manifestation of you in another physical body. So how can there be a separation from you? You are you. So it's not that we're seeking union, it's that we're drawing it to us, so to speak. We're drawing it to us in the stratosphere. We already are in union within ourselves. So there's nothing to, it's not we're gaining or losing, it's that we just are. And when we can get into that state of receptivity and surrender of it just is, don't focus on what they're doing. It does not matter. And the monkey mind, the ego, the 3D, no, but it does matter. There was someone else, or they're this. I've been through many, many experiences on my own journey with the 3D was an absolute illusion. And let me tell you, you can conquer and blast through any blocks in the 3D, including marriages, including children, including different continents, different countries, different religions, different cultures. It's just you experiencing life in a different body. It's you getting right with you being honest with yourself, you forgiving yourself. This is where the journey is at. And I find it so fascinating and even frustrating, because the videos where I'm talking about this and I'm talking about you and your growth and your journey get way less views usually than the videos where I talk about what the divine masculine is doing. You are the divine masculine. And whatever the divine masculine representation in the 3D is doing, it doesn't matter, because you are you. Bring everything back into you. You have a disagreement with your counterpart. You've gone into separation. They did something to piss you off or hurt you. Go within and heal that within you. Why did you hurt you? Why did you turn away from you? Why did you ignore you? Why did you cheat on you? Whatever the situation is, why did you do that to yourself? How have you cheated yourself? How have you lied to yourself? How have you not been honest with yourself? So this is really where the journey's at, and this is why the channel is changing and shifting so much, is because I've had these revelations, and being at the Springs last week gave me a ton more revelations, a ton more insights. That water was so healing and so clear and so beneficial that, and even though I had triggers on that trip, I understand the journey in a much more clearer way. So I'm able to more clearly deliver my messages to you. This is not to say that I'll never talk about the divine masculine. They come to me, especially the younger divine masculines. And I identify in many ways with the divine masculine energy myself. So you will hear me talking about divine masculine. I may even do a whole dedicated video to the divine masculine energy, but it's not going to be every day. I want to focus on us, on our energies, on what we're working through or plowing through that day, how we can do it more effectively. And I hope that people start to resonate with these videos more, because this is where you're going to get yourself into union in the first place. Focusing on the divine masculine and the physical will not get you to union. Let me say that again. Focusing on the divine masculine and what they are or aren't doing, who they're with, who they're not with, in the physical 3D matrix reality illusion will not get you into union. Like ever. Because you're taking the focus off of you and putting it on something outside of yourself. Even though that person is you, it's the physical manifestation in another body, so it's still putting the emphasis, the focus, the interest outside of you. Come back within, come back in, come back in, and that's where you find the answers. This is the true work on this journey. The true work is going within and knowing yourself. Okay, so let us, after that 10-minute introduction, let us take a look here at the energies that this new moon solar eclipse in Gemini brought us. The sign of communication, the sign of technology, the sign of the twins, the sign of neighborhood connections or local connections. This is beautiful, local communities, okay? Let's take a look. I'm really feeling called, I thought it was this one, actually, to both of these. Yeah, a time for healing, balsamic moon. I don't know if you guys felt that healing energy, but it came through as such a beautiful, light, expansive energy. It actually made me feel, it felt to me like the emphasis of Jupiter, because Jupiter has that expansive, flowing, beautiful energy that just makes you feel good. So hopefully, now not everyone will have felt that energy. Let me just say that. There's nothing wrong with you if you didn't feel that or if you felt the complete opposite. For me, I felt very different with the lunar eclipse, very agitated, very anxious. And for this moon, felt like my nervous system finally relaxed for the first time in like decades, or at least a decade. And I felt like I was really able to just enjoy being present in the moment. So that's a benefit, because we're starting, you know, we have the lunar eclipse in the opposite sign, Sagittarius. We have the solar eclipse in Gemini that comes in to sort of as a balancing act to balance out those energies. I think most of us should feel pretty balanced right now, pretty well balanced, pretty, just pretty good overall. Your physical vitality should be coming back into your body. Foods will feel more nourishing again, okay? We had those like weird things with Ascension where you'd want to eat something, but then it would make you feel bloated and awful, and then you ate something else and like fruits and it made you feel light and wonderful, but then you were still hungry, so you ate some chocolate and that made you feel like shit. And it's like you didn't know what to eat or how to nurture yourself or how to give yourself what you wanted. But we're starting to get into the energy now of understanding, okay, this is what my body needs. Some days it's going to need a big salad, other days you're going to need like a smothered cheese potato or whatever. I mean, I was eating some weird shit myself, and maybe even things you wouldn't normally eat on your diet. So be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself and your body. Your body is changing, I know. So a lot of us are also going through body issues, body dysmorphia, and healing that now. I myself am traveling through that as well. So we have to be gentle with ourselves. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. Yeah, definitely a time for healing with this Gemini new moon. So something, and I feel for all of us this is going to be different, but something that we were dealing with or contending with in our personal lives is coming to a firm resolution. And I feel like it's going to feel like for a lot of us, very calm, very like, like just a weight has been lifted. And, you know, Cancer energy, because that's coming up here at one of the water signs, can be kind of clingy. Cancers can cling, right? They have the crabs, they have the pinchers, they can cling to the past, they can cling to people, they can be sulky, they can go inside their shell and hide. This is just a call for anyone in that energy to move through that energy, okay, at your own pace, and to come out of this on the other side, because there's a lot of heightened emotions that may have come through for a lot of you with this full moon in Cancer. Yeah, for some of you, it may have even felt like an explosion of emotion. For others of you, again, you would have been feeling the opposite. It would have been, you would have been in the camp of the peaceful and relaxed, and you just felt serene. But I feel like there are two groups for this new moon. You're also being asked to deal with any mother wounds or family wounds. So some of you would be doing some light generational healing, but a lot of that ancestral healing came up last month and also came up with the lunar eclipse. So a lot of that's already been flushed out or dealt with. So I think this would just be the remnants of that, and that you would be moving through that with pretty good amount of ease. So whatever was challenging you is now going to be coming to an end, okay? So that is good. That feels fucking great, right? We're ready for that. We're just like, God, thank you. And I'm wondering, you know, how you guys are monitoring your own energy and how you're feeling about these changes. Because it really is, our load is lightening in many ways. I really think we've traveled now, we've entered thoroughly the age of Aquarius with this lunar eclipse, or excuse me, with this solar eclipse. I really felt like we stepped into it all the way. We might have had a toe or a leg out before the back of our body was still in, you know, the matrix, and now we're just like being ushered towards this era of enlightenment. And I think many of you are going to be surprised at how your path unfolds and where it's unfolding into. And you might think, this is not at all where I thought I'd be a year ago. You might be a different person than you thought you'd be, with a different environment, a different home, a different job. You might have given up your corporate job altogether. A lot of my clients are doing that. So whatever it is for you, trust and understand that it is, that everything that has been let go of, whether by you or forcefully by these eclipses, it's letting go of things that needed to be let go of to clear your path, to prepare you for your next chapter. Trust, trust, trust. Don't be afraid. Okay, let's get a card for the masculine energy. Meditate and contemplate. So for the masculine energy that exists within all of us, and if you want to apply this to your outer masculine, that's fine. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces, so another water sign. The only one we're missing is Scorpio. So these two, I feel, I mean, Pisces is the dreamer. It sits in the 12th house of the zodiac. Pisces also deals with karmic completion. So the masculines are actually the masculine energy within us and the masculine energy in the physical world, the manifestation, you know, of ourselves in the masculine body is actually, or the masculine energy rather, is in a period of contemplation and is really figuring out that there's more to life than what meets the eye. They're getting past or moving past the idea that life is only exists in the 3D world. I think they're having a lot of aha moments, and your inner masculine will be having these as well, and just like, wow. So as the feminine is pretty firmly entrenched in her 3D world or his 3D world, the masculine is doing the opposite. So the masculine energy is now hanging out in the 5D a lot, hanging out in the realm of magic, you know, the realm of possibilities. And that's a beautiful place for the masculine energy to be, because for so long they were in this place of like negativity and they couldn't see how something amazing could be made for them. They didn't feel worthy. And I think they're really starting to feel worthy now. And I also think they're just very clear. They're getting clear on their gifts, on their clairs, clairaudience, clairvoyancy, clairsentiency, realizing that some of them are going to realize they're psychic. Some of them are realizing they have strong, keen intuition. Some of them are just realizing that they're walking in this world and they're going to start to feel or have these out-of-body experiences where they feel like they're here, but they're not here. And the feminine has been experiencing this for years. So the masculine's catching up in that aspect, and I think they're really enjoying it for the most part. Some of them may be scared and very uncertain or unsure, but most of them are really enjoying this. And it's like they're watching themselves have these experiences and realizing how they're talking to people, how they're engaging, how they're having relationships, how they are interacting in the world. And they're looking at themselves going, like they're looking at their avatar, but they're looking from outside in. So that's the feeling I get for the masculines right now, really deep in their spiritual practice and finding themselves and figuring out how to be themselves without having any, like the mask is off with these eclipses. Okay, so feminine energy, prosperity lies ahead. This is so fascinating. New moon in Taurus. Guys, can you see 5D masculine energy? Look at this, watery energy, the flowing energy. The energy of the subconscious world is what Pisces rules. The energy of Uranus, the energy of the otherworldly, the energy of the mystical. And here's the feminine over here in Taurus, one of the earth signs, forging ahead in her 3D world, making the connections she needs to make, finding the answers she needs. She is in the energy the masculine was in for a long time and all of last year. So the feminine, you guys have switched roles. And so, you know how I talked about the feminine's the runner now, the masculine's a chaser. Again, those are labels, but let's just say for a minute, let's label it that for a minute. What's really happening is, because the masculine isn't necessarily chasing the feminine in the 3D. The masculine is chasing his own identity right now, which is beautiful. He's not running from himself. And the feminine is quote unquote the runner right now. But the feminine, what's happening is she's busy, busy, busy. She's a busy little worker bee in her 3D world. And what that's done is it's created, it's like she has to carve out time now to even think about her masculine, or carve out time to think about love or relationships or connections, because she's busy building her business. She's busy coming up with ideas for projects. She's busy collaborating with other feminines. She is busy spending time with friends and family and doing things that are very grounded. Like this was a very grounding, connecting energy with this new moon eclipse. This is very much for the feminine, the energy of, you know what, this feels really good. And I want to do things that bring me joy. I want to do things that make me feel good. And I want to immerse myself in my 3D world again, because I was so caught up in thinking about this one person and trying to manifest union, trying to do all the right things, that I forgot that I was living. I forgot. And this is bringing her prosperity, because what's happening is the feminine is anchoring herself into abundance in her 3D world. She's preparing her future, and she's doing it not with the intention of union. She's doing it with the intention of creating a nest egg for herself. That's really, really important to understand. Now, for those of you who feel like you're not in this energy yet, you're still pining, you're still longing, know that there are those of us who are in this energy, but also that we've been where you are, and we are holding the space for you to come meet us here. There's no ahead or behind. There are just different places on this journey. But you can create everything you want, feminine. But you have to, it comes down to you believing in yourself, and without the presence of anybody else. Now, Taurus is associated with the 5 senses in the material world. So Taurus is very connected to what you can see, what you can touch, what you can feel, what you can hear, what you can taste. So the feminine definitely grounded into her own world right now. So some of you are going to be feeling, again, like I said, stronger physically, more physical vitality, more physical energy in general, where we've really been wiped out for the past, honestly, 5 months of this year. I do think that from June forward, we're going to start to feel a lot better. It's not that we'll still be integrating, we'll still be tired, but I don't think it's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to pull one more card. I don't think it's going to be like it was before, where it was just like over the top fatigue, over the top feeling drained. I think we are past a lot of that, and now it's smoother waters from here on out. So I do want to pull one card for future energy. Look at this. This is so wild. Guys, we have all of the water signs here. So water energy, very prevalent right now. The emotions are emotions. Feminines, and masculines both could be, again, healing family issues or mother issues in particular. But I think it's less of the heavy lifting healing and more like we've done that already. It's more lighter lifting. But this is about everyone being asked right now to work through anything that's been holding you back. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. We have new moon, 3 new moons and 1 full moon. So the prevalent energy here is the new moon energy. New moons bring new beginnings. But you have to have an ending to create a new beginning. So we have to allow something to, be released, something to leave in order for something else to come through. Now, because this is Scorpio energy, we're talking about the Phoenix rising. If you guys have been listening to my readings for a while, you know that I'm a Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Venus. I do have a lot of listeners and viewers and clients that are Scorpios as well. Scorpios tend to gravitate towards other Scorpios or water signs. Also, fire signs will gravitate to Scorpios and vice versa. But I love all my signs. I love my air signs too. I love my air, water, fire, my earth signs. My earth signs. I love my grounded earth signs. You guys are wonderful. Air signs, you guys are inquisitive and curious and playful. I mean, all the energies are so enjoyable to me. Yeah, sometimes having too much water energy, this is why a lot of us are feeling bloated right now. I mean, good Lord, look at all this water energy. So feeling bloated could be some physical manifestations right now. Also, it's like Scorpio is not afraid to talk about the mysteries of life and the meaning of life and to go deeper than most. Scorpio and Pisces both enjoy going into the subconscious because Scorpio is ruled by Mars and also Pluto, the god of the underworld. Let's talk about what happens when we die. Let's talk about reincarnation. Let's talk about the meaning of life, the meaning of death, what this is all for. Though Scorpio talks about the mysteries of life and wants to unveil and unearth them. But Scorpio will be the most mysterious creature in the room, and he will know everyone, or she will know everyone else's secrets. So whatever your fears are regarding this situation, which will be personal, unique to each of you, if you guys want a personal reading, reach out to me in the email, the description box below. If you'd like a personal reading, because this is a general reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Work through those fears. Again, it's going to be unique. I can't say what the fear is for a collective. It's going to be different for all of you. Although I do feel like a general consensus right now is that we have dropped the fear of not coming into union. We've dropped the fear because we know that we are being held and taken care of. And we trust that whatever is coming up next, we just want more joy. We just want more presence. We just want more love in our lives. So detaching from the person, detaching from it has to be this person. If it's not this person, I'm going to be miserable. I'm sorry, but fuck that. Because fuck that. Break through, break out of that energy. Feel it, release it. There are incredible humans in this world. Some of you will find out that your counterpart wasn't who you thought they were. Some of you are going to release the label entirely and just say, I'm with an incredible person. I don't need a label. I don't even need the label boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. I just want to be. Some of you are going to have that union with the person, that person. You're going to come into union. You might get married. You might have kids. You might have the typical 3D relationship. I don't know. There are endless possibilities. There's no right and there's no wrong on this journey. If you want your counterpart, you can have your counterpart. They are you. There is no having them. There is no attaining union. There is only being. Some of you are going to want to experience other people, other types of relationships, either before you come into that union or rather than. I don't know, but I want to open you guys up to this world of possibility. It's a limitless world. Don't put labels, don't put limits on things. And if it is that person, magical, amazing, phenomenal. If it isn't that person, whoever comes in, you better bet, and you better trust that that person is going to be a phenomenal being, a soul teacher, a comrade, partner in crime, a partner. They will be a counterpart in their own way. I just really think that for our own benefit and for our own joy and happiness right now, detaching from labels, detaching from outcomes is going to give us the best possible scenario in all aspects of our life. So work through those fears. If this triggers you, it would have triggered me 6 months ago. If this triggers you, go deeper. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. Go deeper. Why is this triggering me? Why does letting my counterpart go? Why does the thought of someone else coming in trigger me so much? And if it's not your truth, you won't get triggered. You'll just say, that's not my truth. I'm going to be with that person. Awesome. Yes. And if you do get triggered, trust that that triggering is showing you something about your journey and about where you can grow. There is a new start ahead, okay? This is future energy. There's a new start. There's transformation, deep and profound transformation. That Scorpio card, that death and rebirth energy has been coming up for months now. It's just continually coming up. We're dying and being reborn every single day. Work your magic. We're asked to really move forward from obsessions or jealousy. Let go of any grudges that you might be holding against your counterpart, aka yourself. Don't pinch yourself, Scorpio. Look, Scorpio has the pinchers too, like Cancer has the claws. Scorpio has these pinchers, I think, and the tail, of course, that will sting. Okay, inflict a stinger. Don't sting, Scorpio. Don't sting. Be nice. Be good. Let's look into some of the shadow energy here. I've been really enjoying looking into shadow energy because we want the light. We want the light. How can we have the light without the shadows? I'm going to pray to the rain gods. We really need rain here. Funny, it rained my whole trip. It rained my whole trip, and it's just been so dry here. Praying to the rain gods. Should do the rain dance. We need some rain here. It's really hot, and we just need the rain. Okay, current shadow work, feminine. Okay, that's a lot. We are going to go with serendipity, merge with the flow. So you're asked to just balance out that kind of overly masculine energy you've got going on right now, feminine, with more watery energy. That's all. You're just being asked to balance the masculine and feminine. Merging with the flow. That's that Pisces energy. Kind of like asking you to merge with the masculine energy right now. Just merge with the flow. Just chill, relax, be present. Enjoy the moment. Yeah. There's a lot, you know, serendipity is being in the right place at the right time. There's a lot of magic. Look, prosperity lies ahead, feminine. There's a lot of magic. It's like an arrow is pointing you towards abundance, but you have to be willing to open up your eyes and see it and trust the possibilities, and don't go into tunnel vision where you narrow your vision field and you think this is the only way to happiness. Come out of that. There are several paths to happiness, feminine. Trust me. Trust yourself. Don't trust me, trust yourself. So there is this perfect, beautiful opportunity right now for you, feminine. Will you take it? Will you take it? Will you turn away from it? What will you do? Will you be so attached to labels or outcomes? No, I can't move. I can't date this person. I can't put myself. Why? What is going to bring you the most joy? Do that. The next moment, joy. The next moment, joy. The next moment, joy. Do that. Choose that. See where it takes you. There's a lot of potential around you right now, feminine. And everything is happening beautifully at the right time, whether you think it is or not. And that's a lesson. I'm talking to myself right there. That's a lesson for me. In particular, that's a message for any feminines that want children, that haven't had them, haven't had the opportunity to have them. That's a message for you. What is meant for you cannot pass you by. Will not pass you by. All right, masculine shadow work. They're working on transforming the way they see. Yes, masculine you are. You can see the healing work that's taking place, the personal issues reaching resolution, and how you're doing work beautifully, both of you, maybe separately, maybe together, transforming the way you see. So we get to choose. Had this conversation yesterday with someone at Whole Foods. We get to choose the way that we respond, right? We get to choose that. We don't have to respond angrily. Oh, you made me angry. That person doesn't have the power to make you angry. You made me that. That person doesn't have the power. You're choosing your reactions and responses to life every moment as you go. You can transform masculine, the way that you see, the way that you respond, and this will transform your entire life. Now, the masculines are learning to, I don't like the word positive, because it's like, oh, be more positive. How? It's like, you can't force someone to be positive or force someone to be happy. You force someone, don't feel anxious. Oh, that works, right? So we have to honor what we're feeling. The masculines, for a long time, the masculine energy was in, like, cockholded, if you will, to this, like, they couldn't, they were in this energy and they were stuck and they didn't know how to get out of it. And the energy that they were in was not exactly pleasant or pleasurable. They felt like their intuition was hijacked. They couldn't see clearly. You know, you've ever felt that way, feminine? They couldn't see clearly what the truth was. They didn't feel worthy. They didn't feel like they could offer anything to the feminine. They were in this, some of them are still in it, coming out of it though. So they're in this deep energy of transformation. How can I change the way I see the world, the way I perceive things? They weren't perceiving things correctly. And they felt really hopeless. You know, their masculines, where they may have come off as being a complete asshole or pushing you away or being cold or telling you they never wanted to see you again, they actually felt hopeless. Like, I can't give her or him what she deserves. I might as well just go and leave them alone and they'll find somebody better. And this is actually what they thought. This is actually what they told themselves. They felt sad, they felt hopeless, but they didn't let you know any of that. They're realizing the role that their own mindset has played and how their life has turned out, how their relationships have turned out, including the one with you. What did I do? Or not what did I do so much as, but what compelled me to act in that way? Why did I think that way? I had a role in that. And they're looking at their actions. They're looking at their thoughts. So even when they're faced with something challenging or difficult now, they're seeing they're seeing through a clearer lens. They're not seeing through rose-colored glasses. They're seeing through clear glasses, whereas before they were seeing through muddy glasses. It's like when the ocean floor gets stirred up, right? When someone's walking on the ocean floor and you're trying to snorkel and this happened on my trip, and it gets, or it wasn't ocean floor, but spring floor, and it gets, you know, you're like, oh no, I'm trying to look at the hole. I'm trying to look at the, you know, the crater in the ocean, and it's like, or the spring, and you can't see because someone has stirred it up with their fins or with their feet. That's where the masculines were. And now it's a day later and there's no one in the ocean and everything's calm, and suddenly they can see all the fish and all the fauna and flora, all the plants, all the life that exists. And they're seeing that there's so much more to life. You know, you see that in her mask here, it's represented by owl. So it's like the owl eyes and the shape of the butterfly. So butterfly, you know, transforming, right? Transformation. And the owl is just a very wise sage. They're becoming sages, guys. They're becoming wise. That's what the masculine's transforming through. Notice how I'm not talking about their 3D world. There will be no focus on their 3D world. It doesn't matter. It's not important. What matters is the changes, the shifts that both energies are going through. It's just energy. We contain both within us. Now let's see, where is the energy heading? What shadows? What are we healing? What are we healing? Detox. We're both detoxing. Both energies, yin and the yang, masculine and feminine, are detoxing, cleansing and restoring. Yes, cleansing and restoring. We are absolutely I just heard drinking from a clean cup or drinking from a fresh cup. You know how it feels when you get, like, I have this amazing orange juice. that I buy. It's not pasteurized. It's amazing. It's like, it's basically almost as good as making your own homemade juice, right? It's like the closest you can get. And I'm lucky to be able to access that where I live. And I love it. I love it. I use it in my smoothies. I love drinking it. I crave it. And it's like when you go to pour that fresh, crisp glass of fresh juice in the morning, and you're like, and you can feel it. It goes down cold, and you feel it all down. It doesn't burn. It just feels sweet. It's like nectar. And this is the energy that I feel. It's like restoring all your senses, restoring your vitality. That's what's coming through so heavily right now, is restoring your vitality. Both counterparts are stepping away some from just the more negative aspects of the world, of social media, the news, etc., and realizing the toxicity that exists in the external world and in the matrix. Even communication can be toxic, guys. You know, when you feel drained, you pick up the phone anyway. Honor yourself. I'll call you tomorrow. Not, is it all right if I'll call you tomorrow? I'm headed to bed now. I'll call you tomorrow. Period. We always feel like we have to give excuses, but we don't. You know, there's a sweetness here. Kind of a delicateness, if you will. This energy. And realizing that life can be sweet. This is, you know, the feminine knows this already, but as the feminine merges more and more, the masculine's over here seeing things differently, and both of you are realizing that life can be sweet, life can be good. And even through the challenges and the triggers and the perceived separation and the pain and the angst, the fears and all of that, we can forgive, we can learn, we can move forward, we can become. This energy, or this journey rather, is really about becoming feminine, becoming yourself. Who is it that you're becoming? You don't need to know how, you just need to know your why. What's your why? And I help you with that, guys. I help you get to your why. So my readings are so much more than just readings. My readings are guidance sessions, they're coaching sessions. And I'm going to start offering in the future, I'm not sure when, but I really would like to start offering one-on-one coaching sessions where we will pull some cards for guidance. We will look perhaps at your astrological chart as well for certain things that I like to look for. And we will talk, we will chat. So it'll be a phone session where we chat and we're able to get to know each other a little more intimately, and I can help you on your journey. I can help you get to that place of self-acceptance, right? Going through the phases of self-discovery and getting to that place of, this is why I'm here. This is opening up a world of possibilities. What is your why? So I hope you guys enjoyed my return reading here. I really, really enjoyed it. My energy feels very fresh. It feels very clear. It feels very crisp. My perception feels different. That's my masculine energy coming through, which you guys know I have a heavy dose of that. And I'm sending you guys lots of love, and look forward to doing more regular readings this month now that I'm back. And yeah, just get in touch with me if you want to click on Patreon, you can check that out. There's 5 different tiers starting at just $5 a month, and you can cancel anytime. You're not bound. You're bound to 1 month only, and then you can cancel. You can hop back on at any time. It's all whatever you'd like to do. So I'm going to be posting something on Patreon, special post this weekend over on Patreon dedicated to the feminine again. Sorry, not the female, the feminine energy again. But I might actually include the masculine energy in there as well. So look for that over on Patreon. Look for extras and bonuses over on Patreon. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Happy Friday. Happy new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. Take great care, guys. Until next time.